Um, AJ, what's up, man?
What's going on? Am I coming through?
Yep.
Um, so what evidence do you have that evolution is false and that the flood was real? Because I haven't seen any definitive evidence that it is or isn't real.
Okay.
So I don't know if we can say definitively that either one of those things are true. So how can you say with 100% certainty that that is true?
I got you. Which one would you like me to go answer first?
You can go one at a time. Whichever one you feel more comfortable with, you can go first and then
They're both on my prompt as far as evolution being false and the flood was real. So they're both on my prompt, so I can address either one.
that's fine.
Which one would you prefer?
You can
Evolution.
start you can start with the flood. So I want concrete evidence that the flood actually happened.
Sure. Hydrologic sorting and polystratofossils, dinosaur bone beds that take up several states.
So a flood could have happened on the North American continent, but when we're talking about the plains that flooded where Noah would have been, we're talking about the Middle Eastern area, correct? The Levant specifically?
No, it would have been worldwide. We don't know where he got on the boat at. That
Sure, but we understand North America was entirely underwater at one point, so that's not necessarily evidence of anything. We
Hold on,
know
hold on,
that to
brother.
be
You can't
true.
you can't ask for evidence and then immediately bat it away when I give it to you by just saying that we know it was underwater once. Okay, that would support my flood theory, right?
That would support the theory that it was underwater at one point, but that doesn't
Okay,
that doesn't support the theory that a flood happened. Like at one point it was dry land, and then a flood came in and filled it up, and then it all dried up.
all
That
right. So let
it
me let
just
me
me.
make
So
sure that
hold on, one second. What you just said by saying what you said for your proof just proves that there was water across North America at one point. That does not prove the flood happened. It just proves there was water here. That water could have got here. It could have been here to begin with. It could have been a flood, like you suggest. It could have been anything, but that doesn't suggest specifically a flood.
man, I'm so confused because within 3 seconds you say it could suggest a flood, but then you say it don't suggest a flood. So I'm a
Yeah,
little lost.
that's what the
Yeah.
word could means. It could have been a flood. It could have started underwater. It could have been any number of different things as to how that
Okay. So
portion of
let me
land
let
got
me.
underwater.
I got you, AJ. Let me help you out here, man. Could have been a flood, and it doesn't suggest that it was a flood. Those two statements can't coexist with each other. They're factually they factually
They're
oppose.
not mutually exclusive. They're not mutually exclusive.
Sure, you both can't you can't say that it represents a flood and it couldn't represent a flood at the same time. That
That's
yeah,
not what I'm saying. Are
that's
you
exactly what
understanding?
you
Are you
said.
understanding the nuance behind what I'm saying? Do you want me to say
No,
it again?
because you're contradicting
Okay.
yourself. You're saying
So
it could be a
here's
flood,
what
and
I'm
then you're
saying.
saying it can't be a flood.
I'm saying no, I didn't say it couldn't be I said it could be a flood,
Come on,
but what you
AJ.
just told me does
Did
not
you
indicate,
just contradicted yourself
sir,
right there?
sir, you're interrupting me.
I know.
If you would listen to my entire
No,
point, maybe
I
you would
can't.
get
I
it.
can't. I can't. Come back and watch your clip back, okay? Because I don't even know what to do with you. Come back and watch your clip back, because I promise you, I'll make a clip of you saying that it was a flood, it wasn't a flood, it was a flood, it wasn't a flood, and you contradicting yourself within 3 seconds, brother. There's no conversation to be had with you. No disrespect, but my goodness, that
Sure, but we understand North America was entirely underwater at one point, so that's not necessarily evidence of anything.
that would support my flood theory, right?
That would support the theory that it was underwater at one point, but that doesn't
Okay.
that doesn't support the theory that a flood happened. Like doesn't support the theory that a flood happened. Like at one point it was dry land, and then a flood came in and filled it up, and then a flood came in. What you just said by saying what you said for your proof just proves that there was water across North America at one point. That does not prove the flood happened. It just does not prove the flood happened. It just proves there was water here. That water could have got here. It could have been here to begin with. It could have been a flood, like you suggest. It could have been anything, but that doesn't suggest specifically a flood. It could have been a flood, like you suggest.